in YouTube land. This is LRules364 from LRules the World, and today we'll be doing a dumpster find of 2015. Yes, that's right, guys. We're back in full effect, and it's been a couple months. Season's been kind of slow. I've been waiting to do one of these because I wanted everything to compile, and rather than be an asshole and just post a multitude of videos of each individual find, I'd like to, as you know, do it all at once because it's easier that way. Now, some of these people call it fakes. Some say that I don't find the items that I actually do. I have videos to prove otherwise. You look up the GameStop Dumpster Divers Facebook page, you guys will find a whole bunch of other people doing the same thing that I'm doing, and you'll also find some live footage from my dives on that Facebook page as well. Now, today we are going to be reviewing 3 field destroys. We are going to be reviewing some items that I have found, games, controllers. There is one item in particular that we will not be reviewing today, and that's because it is broken. I found the item, I fixed it. It was working fantastic for a couple weeks there, and then out of nowhere it just stopped working for no reason, and I can't figure out why. I dissected the whole thing today, nothing wrong with it, so it's looking like it might have fried its video card, and that's not cool because it's kind of expensive. Not really, but you know, to average guys like me who goes in a dumpster to find cool stuff, we really don't want to pay that much for a new item. But nevertheless, I'm not cheap. I'll go out and buy it, and replacement item should be in soon. So until that time, I have another item that I'll be putting up for you guys to view that I'm very, very, very excited to have. And it's one of my favorite pieces that I have in the corner over there. So you guys will get a chance to see that soon enough. Anyway, on to the fun stuff. January was kind of slow starting off. Cold as fuck this winter. It really was cold as fuck over here. -18, -30 something. My car decided to throw fits here and there. Didn't want to start. It lost the transmission hose again because the snow actually pulled the transmission hose off the. You know, it's shit like that that makes you really pissed off in the morning. It's like 5 in the morning. You gotta go to work. No, fuck you. Mr. Winter is coming over to fuck your day up. Anyway, cold as fuck. I decided to go out and go try and find some cool stuff. It was dead for a couple weeks. I went on my usual days, and finally, at the beginning of February, stuff started popping up. And that took a while for them to eventually throw a whole bunch of stuff away, but it did end up in there. And that item that I told you about was actually in part of this little field destroy lot I'm about to show you guys here. So let me go over here and grab some stuff. Up first, we have a Wii mini box. This is for the smaller Nintendo Wii. It's the Mario Kart Edition Wii. You'll see these in store brand new for $100. People are still selling them for $200 on Craigslist because we live in a world full of fucking idiots who do not like to do the research. This Wii mini box is in really nice shape. No major bends, no major creases. It's got all the inserts on the inside here. I did send one of these boxes out to one of my fellow gamers, and he did enjoy this. So it makes for a nice little room decoration, or to actually put the console in. So I will be holding on to this. I never know when I'm going to come across one of these. Wii's are very common, they're very cheap, and these red ones will eventually go down in price once everybody figures out that the Wii is old as shit. So I'm going to toss that over there for now. And move on to the next stuff here. We have field destroy items. Lots and lots of field destroy items coming at you here. As usual with every field destroy, they decided to cut the wires on some of the controllers, the headsets, and other items, and that includes killing discs. This one I would have liked to have. It's God of War, Chains of Olympus. I have Ghost of Sparta, so this would have been perfect for me. We have Battlefield Bad Company 2, and let me take this out of the thing here. I thought I could fix some of these, but it just seems like the scratches are way too deep on them. And no, by the way, they are not defective items, folks. To those saying that they're defective, these are perfectly fine. They're discs. There's nothing wrong with them. Physically, they're perfect. These discs are fine. They got scratches in them. They all do it. They cut the discs, as with everything. And I'm not very happy about some of these. This one I really don't give a shit about. This is Madden NFL 10. You have any idea how many fucking copies of this I have found so far? You would shit. Splinter Cell Conviction. Another perfectly good game. Scratch the shit. Why? Because we want to feel destroyed instead of actually selling the game like we're supposed to. Okay, there's those. I found 2 manuals for Call of Duty Black Ops, and I believe this is Halo 3. I'm not sure, for the 360. So those will go in my manual pile over there. I have a nice little stack of manuals sitting over there now. Anything from GameCube to Super Nintendo to PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. I have huge boxes of display art for the cases that you put in there to put up on your shelf or whatever. Yeah, I got plenty of that, so never low on that stuff. Field Destroy on more Maddens. Another Madden, Madden 10, Madden 11. Again, don't really care. Lots of copies of this game floating around. They make more every year. It's a sports game. Nobody cares. Let's see here. We have, I don't know if I showed you guys this last time or not, but this is pretty cool. This is from Dragon's Crown. I don't think you can actually shape a crown around it, but it's pretty cool anyway. That's something neat to hang up on the wall. So you just hang it up on the wall, like either from this end or from this end, whatever your preference is. And yeah, that was pretty neat. I thought I'd show you guys that again, if you haven't seen it already. We have a Red Samurai iPhone 3G case. It's brand new, never been taken out of the box, and they threw it out. So if you have an iPhone 3G, I have that. We have a Mario, I believe a Wii U cover. It's either a cover for the controller, the gamepad, the little tablet thing, or the console itself. I'm not sure. It didn't come with any specific instructions. However, it does have Mario on the front, and it is pretty nice. The only thing they did to this cosmetically was take a screwdriver and scratch it and then throw it out. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Because that's going to prevent people from taking it. Anyway, we got a Skylanders portal. This is a Field Destroy item. I found 3 of these, but this one's the only one that I could probably salvage. Again, nothing wrong with it. I opened it to take a look at the board. Nothing's wrong with it either. I guarantee you once I put the rest of this together, it'll be just fine. I've actually found 2 or 3 of those independently. So just sitting in a can for no apparent reason, I bring them home and I plug them into the console and they're just fine. There's nothing wrong with them. They just throw them away because they have an overstock. We have an Xbox 360 Date-Tel controller. They did a pretty nice number on this with a hammer. Unfortunately, because it is a third-party controller, I am not able to find parts for it right now, so it's going to have to go into the bin until they throw something else away like it. I'm not aware of anything wrong besides this middle piece here getting smashed with a hammer. It doesn't look like it's been through a lot. It doesn't look like it's had a hard life at all. And it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It turns on when you put the batteries into it. It just has few pieces over there. It's smashed with a hammer. You know what happens. This is a Nyko Core controller. You could find these at the GameStop shelf for about 20 bucks. My opinion, not fucking worth it. If you're going to buy a PS3 controller, don't buy a wired one. Please buy a wireless one. You can buy a Sony official, you can buy a off-brand, but please don't buy these wired ones if you can help it. There's Nyko, then there's that one from Pelican that I fucking hate, of which, by the way, I fucking found another one of. We have a GameStop Pelican controller, and it's got these fucking irritating as shit back buttons on it. You know, the grenade plunger buttons that I fucking despise? Yeah. Here's another one. I actually repaired this one already, and it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. All I needed to do was put the wires back together, throw some heat shrink tubing over it, plugged it right into my PS3, fired right up, good to go. Another free controller. We have a cord for, I believe, a headset. I think this was for a headset at one point. can't seem to find it, so it must have been junk when I got it anyway. These things are common. They're just USBs. Nothing to worry about on the converter side anyway. I could always use more of those because I come across the end of those very often for the headsets. And sometimes you can also use those to... Man, I cannot find this wire for the life of me. Here we go. You find the ends of these that go to the Xbox 360 controller, and you just plug it in to charge the battery on it. So you come across these a lot. And this one's actually intact. They threw this one away and just cut the top of the USB port off. So it's just another easy fix. Solder it back together, throw some heat shrink tubing over it, done. You're good to go. We have a weird looking PowerA Wii controller. It's the other side of the controller. I don't know what the hell they call them. Oh, nunchucks. There we go. Nunchucks. That's what I'm looking for. So that's what that goes to. And I believe I have more of the wire stuff here for it. Because that sure as hell ain't it. Another broken USB cord. And I know we just had it around here. There you go. Yep, here we go. Here's the end to it. Boom, boom. Solder it back together. Done. Good to go. Another free controller. This one was a very interesting find. I've never seen a Wiimote controller like this. This is, again, with the nunchuck thing, the nunchuck that you put on the other side. This is a clear see-through. I believe it's from the same company that made the black one that I just showed you. And I think it lights up, so it's like one of those light-up LED controllers. And the power cord uses, or the other part of the cord that goes to the controller, it actually pulls out. But unfortunately, when I was picking it up, I grabbed the hold of this and it slung it back inside the controller. So I got to open the controller and get that little piece back out, which is not a big deal, especially considering that was free. Now whether it works or not, I don't know, and it uses copper wire rather than the traditional wire that I usually find in some of those other controllers. So that might be a little bit harder to get to, but eventually it will get fixed. I also found this. It's pretty much fucked. This is a Wii U charging station. So you go ahead and you put the tablet right up in the front here, and it charges the tablet, and you turn it over, and you got your nunchuck controller station to charge it with the Nyko official batteries, which I don't know why you guys do that. If somebody loses the battery, they have to purchase another official battery, which is actually just as expensive as purchasing this massive hunk of plastic. I just don't get consumer stuff nowadays. I don't get it. It was actually brand new. Look at the bottom here. You got the plastic still on it. So that one's fucked. I'm probably going to end up throwing it away. There's nothing I can do with it. I did find another controller back for the Wii controller, the Wiimote. So that's pretty nice. Then I found this weird thing in with all that stuff. I don't know what the fuck this even is. It's from Marvel, and it says Funko on the back, and that's the only thing I get from it. I don't know what it is. Somebody ripped the spring right out from the head, so it's like, oh no, my head's being ripped off. Oh shit, what the fuck am I gonna do? It's like that, and I can't fix it. So it's kind of just hanging there. Oh well, you know, another free item you don't care about. So that's it for the whole Field Destroy thing. Now the bigger item that I was going to tell you about, I will have a separate review for that, and eventually it will get here. I just have to wait on the new piece of equipment that needs to go in there. Okay. So now that we have that out of the way, we're going to move into some other really neat stuff. We have a lot of DS cases. Now, normally I wouldn't really show these. I've gotten over of collecting these. It's getting old. Seriously, I have a huge ass box over there. I have a huge ass tote. They're both full. I mean, you can't stick any other DS cases into it. It's full. So these ones were interesting because I've never seen them before. We have puzzle games, Junior Brain Trainer, stuff that you find in the bargain bin for 99, 89 cents. Brain Age 2, I know this is cheap. Crosswords DS, Puzzler World, We have Brain Age, the original. We have Personal Trainer Math. I don't even know how this works. So you give your kids the DS and then you plug this in and it teaches them math. I don't know. I have no idea. I've never played a math game on a console, so I couldn't tell you. We have Challenge Me Math Workout. I mean, the cover alone pisses me off to think that this is a game that you would give your kids. This is something that you should use in a school area, like academic area that you would bring your kids into. Just give them a whole bunch of DSs, plug this into it, fire them up, and go ahead and teach your class from there like this, because they would actually pay attention then, instead of being bored out of their fucking mind listening to you drone on about bullshit that doesn't matter to the actual subject that you're supposed to learn. Yes, teachers do that. And then this one was very interesting to me. This was Travel Games for Dummies. This is based on the popular book series For Dummies. So Internet for Dummies, which is old as shit, by the way. I still have one of those books. They're old, but I still have one of those. They're pretty cool. And, you know, how to do something for dummies. And this is the case for it. It's complete. Comes with the manual in there. I just thought it was interesting. I figured I might as well pick it up because I've never seen this in stores. I don't even know where it came from or who made it. It says who the developers on there were, but I see EA and that's about it. So I'd have to read the manual a little bit. Then inside with all those DS cases, I found this really cool, really nice leather bag. I checked it for bodies, so no bodies, no severed heads in here, so we're all good on that. And we have an open pouch in the front here. We have another pouch back here, pouch for whatever the fuck goes back here, I don't know. I don't know what this was actually used for, but it was still in the fucking plastic when I found it. So it has to be at least halfway decent, and it's really nice. And then got a separate compartment back here. I found a Sharpie marker in there, by the way. Decided to keep it because you never know when you need a highlighter. They always come in handy. Yep, that's about it. So that's everything, and it comes with this little carry-on thing. So yeah, that was a really nice find. It's like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. No, free? Why the hell not? You can take it, might be able to use it somewhere. Now, after that, it was a week of deadness, and it really sucked. I kept going out, kept getting nothing. I'd come back empty-handed. I hate when that happens, but it's part of the game, you know. If you're doing this, you probably know what I'm talking about. You have really awesome weeks, and then after that, like a week after, you have a dead week. It was nothing compared to last year where I was just finding boxes of shit just for no reason, just throwing them out and stuff. Eventually, I'm going to come across more stuff like that, but right now, my focus is trying to get all this stuff condensed and get ready to trade, sell, get rid of it because I have so much stuff now. I have even more than I did last year, and I had a lot of stuff last year. Okay, so after the week of deadness, we find another sign of field destroy in the one dangerous area that I go to. Now, I hopped in, I checked the bags, and I started finding random things here and there. And my final sign was when I went to the dumpster the next night, and I checked the top, and it had a GameStop bag in it. You know, the one that you get from GameStop, like the plastic one? I never, ever, ever find anything like that in there, ever. They never throw those bags away. Those are like the last bags that they throw away. Everybody gets them, it's the last thing to go out. So when something like that appears in the top of the can, I have to look at what's in it. So I brought it over to my car, and I started taking a look through it. And I found a whole bunch of good stuff in here. I mean, it's all brand new items, too. Let me move that dirt out of the way. We have something that's really weird and obscure. I found this in the bottom of it. This is a Harry Potter something. It's a Lego set for something. And I don't know who these two people are, but I only noticed the glasses and the little mark on the head. I'm like, oh, the Harry Potter. And it comes with the little one that I just flung somewhere over here in the box that I have sitting here. And then it comes with these weird little bottles back here. So, yeah, that was pretty neat. And right next to them, I found this, which I believe should be Princess Zelda. I'm not sure. I have no idea. It might be. It might be another reference to another character, but it has that signature on the bottom from the Zelda series. So it might be, it might not be, I don't know. I found a whole bag of these pins for Just Dance 2015. They're all brand fucking new. Nobody's even taken anything out of the package. They're all brand new. Then we have a whole bunch of these Xbox One controller keychains. I had a whole bunch of these last year, and I found a bunch more this year. So we got those attached to the lanyard. And then we had this Tomodachi Life. Don't know what it is. It's very weird looking. I'm not into it. Couldn't tell you. A whole fucking stack of Skylanders comics. Brand new. The plastic was kind of fucked up, so I decided to take the plastic off and just keep the comics around. But these are all brand new comics. Then right next to that we have Skylanders Mini But Mighty, another little comic series. Then we had a Lego Chima Online. These are all brand new. I don't know what the hell they are. They're like little card packs, I think. And I decided to open one up, and it says place card on screen to increase damage. Now I'm not exactly sure what that's supposed to mean or what it does. It might be for tablets. It might be for some sort of scanner or something. I don't know. But this is what it is. It's pretty neat. And it comes in a nice foil pack. So I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll take it, you know, free shit, why not? Might as well take it with me. And in the town over, I decided to go through that one about a week later, and it came up with some decent results. We have Call of Duty Black Ops for the Xbox 360. We have Call of Duty Modern Warfare for the Xbox 360. Keep in mind, there's nothing wrong with these discs. Not wrong with them. This is a special Game of the Year edition. It says defective, return to warehouse, so it might have something wrong with it. I don't know, but there's nothing wrong with the disc physically. It's fine. They might have did that just because they don't feel like messing around with the little cracks in the center there. You know, around the center of the disc, you eventually get some cracks, and that only happens in 360 discs. You eventually get some small cracks in there, and it stops playing. What I do is I take these little round dots with a circle in the middle. I stick them right on top of it, and the system's fine with it. The disc is okay. But we don't live in a world where we repair things now. So I keep forgetting this. We'd rather throw it away and just go buy another copy because we fucking can. It just makes more sense to fix the old shit. We have Medal of Honor Warfighter Global Warfighters documentary DVD. What a mouthful, man. But good stuff. Put it with my Medal of Honor stuff in the 360, and that's where it'll stay. Right next to that stuff we have Chrono Trigger for the Nintendo DS. This is just the case. It comes with the manual and everything inside of it from Square Enix. The game alone is expensive enough. Finding it with the case is double the value. Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars, complete with the map. With the map. I couldn't pass it up. It has the map in it. And furthermore, I didn't know they made Grand Theft Auto on DS. I thought it was one of those games that kids were not allowed to play, but apparently parents bought them for their kids. And then about a week later, I believe it was this past week, I came across a whole bunch of stuff. And it's good stuff. It's not junk. We have Madden 10 and Madden 12. What the hell did I tell you about these copies? They're fucking everywhere. These ones have not been cut. There's nothing wrong with the discs. Other than a few smudges, they're perfectly fine. Madden 10 and Madden 12. This one doesn't have its manual, but no big deal. It's not as if I don't have a whole shitload of them back there. This one is a blueprint map for Grand Theft Auto 5. I've never seen this before. I immediately recognized the Ninja Turtle face as soon as I opened the map. And it's got a whole bunch of neat stuff on the map. I think it's like one of those secret maps. One of the ones back in the day where you'd have to go to cheat code sites to get. They just include it with a special edition of the game. So this tells you where all the safe houses are, fast cash, and custom rides are at. I believe it's for the online function only. So pretty neat for future years. And then we have a whole fucking deck of Skylanders cards. Skylanders, Giants, and Swap Force. Whole fucking deck. Whole thing. Just threw it away. I don't know if these are supposed to be trading cards or interact with the figure somehow. But a whole fucking deck of these trading cards. Thrown in the garbage. And it's not as if they're in bad condition or anything. They look brand new. They just tossed them. We have a Disney Brave poster. It's a little one that comes in the DS case. I'll eventually be giving this away to someone who wants it. Then we have Wii cases, excuse me. I picked these Wii cases up just because they are harder to find and people are going crazy over them right now. They're in kind of high demand. Now we have Super Mario Galaxy. This is a complete game, or complete case, excuse me. It comes with the manual inside the case there. Nicktoons Attack of the Robots, Toy Bots, excuse me. Punch Out for the Nintendo Wii, featuring Little Mac on the back. Haha, I made a rhyme. Then we have Pac-Man Party for the Nintendo Wii with the manual. Now, last but not least, excuse me, we have a very, very nice game case that I want to get the game for, and I didn't even know they made a second one. So we have Knight's Journey of Dreams from Sega. No idea that they made this game. I found it in there. I'm like, holy shit, when the hell did this happen? Where have I been for the last forever? So I came home and I researched it, and apparently they did make the game. Now the game sells at GameStop, according to this price, for $4.49 if you're a pro member, or $4.99 if you're not. $5 will buy you this game. And now that I have the case, because they don't include that in the sale of these games anymore, unless you have a select few GameStops that actually do keep them in the cases. Now that I have the case, I can just throw the game inside of it. So that's awesome. Very nice to have for my collection once it's complete. We have a Xbox 360 camera. This thing I found last week. It is in perfect condition. There's nothing wrong with it. I haven't tried it on a 360 yet. It swivels like it should, and it does everything it needs to. Wires haven't been cut. It's intact. Good to go. And Apple. I believe this is an iPod charger. Brand new. Nothing wrong with it. Whoosh, tossed it out. I like these. These are cool. These work. The old USB chargers. I keep a whole bunch of these at hand at all times because they're very useful. It's about the only damn thing Apple ever made that was worth a shit. We have a Pokemon XY trading card box that they use in the display stores. Or the display stands, so they just throw that in there. And I also found a whole bunch of other good stuff last week. We have 2 copies of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. This one has a cracked disc. I gotta throw this one away. This one I can fix, though. It has a couple of very, very light scratches in it and won't read on the PS2. So I just gotta clean it a little bit and it'll be okay. We have Midnight Club, same thing. They don't clean your discs anymore. This is buybacks, by the way. They don't clean these anymore. So eventually I'll just get around to cleaning the rest of the disc. And I do have 2 360s to test this on. So it's gonna work. If it doesn't work, guess where it goes? Back where it came from. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, except a little bit of gas. We have 7 Psychopaths. This is all buybacks, by the way. If I haven't told you that before, it's all buybacks. 7 Psychopaths, DVD, in decent condition. Nintendo NES dust covers. And inside one of those, I found a thing for Smash TV. Yeah, a fucking manual for an NES game in the trash. This is not the first time that I have found one of these. And that reminds me, in a second here, I'm going to cut because I have a Dreamcast box that they threw out too. The whole fucking thing, and it's in beautiful condition, so can't wait to show you guys that in a minute. And jump cut. Yes, you are looking at a Dreamcast box. This is a Sega Dreamcast box. I found this in the trash. I was looking through the buybacks garbage to see if I can find some cases or a game or two. And I moved the bag, and this was sitting right underneath it. The box for a Dreamcast. It's not mangled like some of the other boxes I find. This box is in pretty good shape. Couple creases on the corners, like here, and a dent in the box, like right here. And, you know, the normal wear and tear a box usually gets when it sits around on a shelf for a couple of years. but it's in really nice shape. And when I found it, I freaked the fuck out. I picked it up, I'm like, holy fucking shit, that's a Dreamcast box. Who throws this shit away and why? Why would you throw that away? There's no reason for that. Come on. I got curious, and a couple days later, I went into the store, and I seen the Dreamcast sitting there on the shelf for sale for 25 bucks. Now, I didn't buy it, obviously, because it's buybacks, and I never know with their shit. Sometimes it might be iffy, you never know. But nobody throws away the box. I don't know anybody that has a Dreamcast or even loves games in general that would throw the box away. You have to be really stupid to throw a box for a console away, especially in this day and age. Even if it's a new console, that shit down the line will eventually gain some value. Now, I looked inside when I picked it up. Let me find the open tab here. And, I mean, look at that. Look at that. Yes, this is what I'm holding on to, by the way. I'm not getting rid of this. We have plastic for the Dreamcast that was in there, but there was no cardboard sleeve, and there was no instructions. However, a couple of days ago, I bought a Dreamcast for 20 bucks, and it came with the original instructions. So now I have a Dreamcast box that has instructions. Now all I need is the cardboard sleeve, and it'll be pretty much complete. Free box. Gotta love it. Also, something I didn't get a chance to show you guys when I was over there with the Field Destroy stuff, because this one actually fell down in my bar and I couldn't find it. This is a 360 Halo controller. It's in kind of rough shape, but I found it in the Field Destroy. It's pretty nice. You turn it over here. It's a black with some really cool art on the front, and I put the batteries in it and I connected it to the white 360 console I was working on, and it does power on. The buttons do work, but this stick here is pretty chewed up and it needs a new stick, and it also needs to be taken apart and cleaned a little bit because I noticed that some of these buttons are starting to stick. But for free, and it works and it connects and it does everything it's supposed to. Okay, thanks GameStop. Love it. Also, a couple of updates for you guys. When I found these games that I was showing you, this one was another one that fell underneath and I couldn't find. This is Red Still for the Wii, Nights into Dreams, or Nights Journey of Dreams, and then Nicktoons Attack of the Toybots, excuse me. And when I found these were just cases and manuals, so I decided to go to GameStop and see if they had the games for them. Red Steel I picked up for $1.79, so it's now a complete copy. Nights Journey of Dreams was $1.79. Here we go. It still had the receipt in it, by the way. So this was from the original purchase, and you could see there it cost them $4.99. It costed me $1.79, and I got the case for free. Nicktoons Attack of the Toybots. Again, another case and manual, complete for 89 cents. This was an 89-cent game. So that was a good purchase too. So that's all the updates I have on those games there. I did pick up a couple of other items, but I'll eventually review everything that I have been acquiring throughout the year. Okay, so back to the other view. We have a little disc thing that you put your discs in, and a whole box of VHS tapes. They threw away this whole box of VHS tapes. Nothing wrong with them. They haven't been cut. Just threw them out. They don't want them anymore. So I'll take them. Fuck it. Free shit. Now I have some posters and stuff that I'm leaving out. However, I'm going to show you guys some display stuff. And I have a Disney Infinity Villains display stand. Now this is way too big to fit in the camera. There's just no fucking way it's gonna happen. This is from the Disney Infinity series, and it's in pretty rough shape. They kind of did a number on it when they took it down. They just stomped on it rather than actually take it down and then fold it up like they're supposed to. Which, I don't blame them. Who fucking cares? It's just a piece of cardboard. But at the end of the day, guys like me like stuff like this. It's pretty neat. So we have a Disney Villains thing here. And then last week I came across this. This would be a rock candy display kiosk. So you just put all the chargers and shit in here. And these can all be filled with chargers from the dollar store if you're so inclined to do so. But I'm not going to do that because I think it's a bullshit move. And I want to fill this with some of the games that I do have eventually. We have Grand Theft Auto 5 cubes. I have a whole bunch of these. These are pretty decent. I set one of them up. They're really, really nice and nice shape. I found these intact, so I had to tear them down. And then last week, or the week before that, when I went to go get that special item that I'm going to be showing you guys, the gentleman gave me another Grand Theft Auto 5 box, of which I have one of these displayed right now. So, pretty nice. Those are really nice cubes. You can use them for storage as well as display. Now this next item here I'm going to be showing you, I have not opened. It is brand new in the box. You are seeing this live, folks. Brand new in the box. Never been opened. They didn't even bother to cut these fucking ties off. So let's see what's actually in here, because I'm just as curious as you guys are. Just so you know I'm not cheating. That ought to do it. Oops. I mean, it hit the ceiling. Alright. Let's open her up. See what we got in here. Damn, man. Oh, it comes with the instructions inside it too. How about that one? Superheroes for the Disney Infinity series. So I have the villains and the heroes both. Let me unfold it somehow to show you guys. So we got pre-order villains on this side, and then we have the heroes on this side. And here's the stand for it right here. The instructions just fell off the other side, so yeah, brand fucking new in the box. Brand new, and they just tossed it. Like, nope, don't need it. Fuck it, throw it out. Man, GameStop has really got to be one of the most wasteful companies I've ever seen. And I'm putting that mildly. The amount of stuff that I've seen them throw out on my end is enough to make me cringe. And then some of the other people, what they find in there is just nuts. So let me pick these things up. Eventually we're going to get to some of the other items that I have here to show you guys. But for right now, I'm going to call it quits on part 1 of the Dumpster Finds of 2015. The very first episode, by the way. Very excited for this season coming up. I never know what I'm going to find. It's always, it's like a mixed bag of checks. Like a Chex Mix. I love those. Anyway, I do appreciate your watching. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day. I know you guys are all busy with your own lives and stuff, but I enjoy making these, so if you guys have any suggestions, just leave them in the comment box. You have anything you have a question about, let me know. Please be sure to like, rate, comment, favorite, subscribe, share my videos if you like them. I don't really care where you put them, just don't be fucking stupid. And put it on the GameStop Facebook page, because if you do, you're an idiot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep away from talking about that. Anyway, thanks again for watching, folks, and we'll see you on the next part here in just a little bit. L rolls out.